All right, if you can hear that dog squeaking, Howie got a new toy and he loves it. So I hope that it's not too loud for everybody. But we are back. In the past couple weeks, we've had a hell of a time. Amanda competed at Universe, which was freaking awesome. And then last weekend, I had 4 clients compete. They all did awesome. So we have some good things to talk about today. So I guess we can start with like Amanda and just tell us your Universe experience because it was phenomenal.
Well, both my chickens were there, which was really, really amazing. So both these ladies showed the fuck up for me. Flew and drove out there. I don't know why that sounded weird. Carolyn drove because she lives a few hours away, and Kayla flew out there. um, Honestly, it was the by far the best show day experience I've ever had. And I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my 8th show. And yeah, just in so many ways. So I'm gonna try to not ramble, but I'm probably gonna ramble because it's me. So I just want to say first thing, the show was run really, really well. So if anyone's like wanting to choose a national show, that's a phenomenal one. Everything was ran on time. They were super efficient. I never felt rushed though. And I loved the stage setup, the backdrop was beautiful. The check-in was really easy. Like the hotel was really nice that it was hosted in. Like everything about it was just, I was really happy with it. The only thing, the backstage area, it's like all these like little hallways and corridors, and getting a spot backstage was nearly impossible. And it was freezing back there. Like no one was getting a pump. It was so cold. So if anyone is going to do that show, bring a blanket or two, because it like, I mean, like fuck, it's like 60 degrees. And when you're in a bikini and lean, it's cold. So that was the only thing. In the backstage area, like I said, is just so tight. Like there was like barely an inch of room anywhere. But aside from that, everything else was amazing. I ended up getting third in both my classes, and I did masters 35 and up F, which was the tallest class, and then open H, which is also the tallest class. And the classes were huge. Like it was such a big show, and all the ladies backstage were so nice. Like this year, I made so many friends at both my shows backstage, and everyone was just so sweet and supportive, like going up to each other and saying like, oh my gosh, your suit is beautiful. You look amazing. I love your makeup. Like everyone was just so nice and supportive. That's one of the reasons I love bikini. Like we're all back there to focus and we're all going there to do our best, but you can do that while also just like being really kind and supportive to others. And that's how it was. This was the first time I did not do my own hair and makeup, which was really cool. I just wanted to, Nancy J is who did my makeup. And I followed her forever, and her makeup's beautiful. I just have always wanted her to do my makeup. And so she did a beautiful job. So I love that. And then there's another girl, I don't remember her name, who did my hair, and she did a phenomenal job with my hair too. So that was a great experience. Nancy but her and Elaine Goodlad are just 10 out of 10. So nice. Like they could tell that I was a little bit anxious with time. And Nancy was like, okay, I'm going to start your hair, because the hair girl was finishing somebody up. She's like, I'm going to start your hair just so we get this rolling, and then you're not nervous. And like, I had plenty of time. I was fine. But they were just so sweet and made you feel really special, which was really cool. So that was great. And then it's like the stage part always goes by so flippin' quick. You're just like on, and then you're off, and then you're like, oh my gosh. But overall, I could not have been happier with the outcome of the show with getting third. Because at this show, if you guys don't know, they give in the open class, give pro cards to first and second, and then in the master's class, just to the winner, the first place. So in the open class, I was one spot away from the pro card, which was so cool. And yeah, just oh my gosh, like just the coolest feeling to be like right there. Um, and I've had people ask, like, are you frustrated being one spot away? Like, and these two girls, like you guys have already heard me say this like 3 times, but honestly, no, this was the best outcome for me. I don't think I would not, I don't think. I would not have wanted to win my pro card this year. And that sounds insane saying it because it's like we're doing all of this. I'm doing all of this work for that. But I know my glutes are not pro worthy yet. They're getting there. They're close, but they're not there yet. And if I just wouldn't, I mean, obviously would have been like elated, of course, but I want to win my pro card when I feel like all my body parts are worthy of a pro card. Doesn't mean I'm not going to need to continue to grow afterwards, of course. But, you know, especially looking back at the photos and like, I already knew this going in. Everyone who listens to me knows I'm aware my glutes are small. So I don't need to say that again. But looking at the first call out, I had the smallest glutes of the entire lineup. And for me to have still gotten third with that, goddamn, I was so proud of that. I was like, okay, all the other pieces are there. That's just like clearly the one, not the one, but like my main weakness that I need to bring up, which I already knew. Cameron and I know that. So to still have held my own up there was really fucking cool. In the master's class, when we were in our front shot, Tyler moved me in, splitting center, and which was like, I was freaking out. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, because I was just wanting top 5. Like, I was like, let me just get a top 5, like, and then I'll be very happy. Like, I won't feel like, I'll feel like, okay, I've progressed into the next echelon. Like 2 years ago, I was 9th, I was in the top 10, and now I'm like, I want to get a medal. I want to get that first call out. And then he moved into the middle. So I'm freaking out. We faced the back, faced the front again, and then he moves me back out to third. And I was like, yeah. It was like, ah, oh, damn, girl. Like, sorry. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
When you hit that center, like split center, like all three of us were like, yeah, like we were so excited and like so freaking pumped. And then you turn back around and then he moved you out. We're like, yeah, like
Yeah,
kind of
we
saw
know.
it coming. Like,
It
but
was
still, like when
funny
you get to
because
that center, like splitting center position, your heart's just like, oh my God, that's me. Oh my God, that's me. And you're kind of like freaking out on the inside, but you're like, I gotta fucking hold it together. And you're like, I gotta do this, I gotta act natural kind of thing. And it's so hard to sometimes.
yeah, oh, 100%. And the thing was, is like, when he moved me in, because we hadn't faced the back yet when he moved me in, we had just like, he just called the first call out. We were lined up. And then he moved a couple of girls around and moved me in the splitting center at that point. Then we faced the back. And when we did, I was like, I had a feeling I was like, I'm gonna be back out. Not because I'm shitting on myself, because the girls that were first and second, I know what their glutes look like. Like the
Yeah.
girl won, she's from Colorado. Like I know exactly. And so I was like, this, and it wasn't like their glutes were decent, their glutes were huge. So I was like, it's gonna make mine look even smaller. And so I was like, and then we would turn back around and I wasn't like losing confidence or anything. I just knew. And then he moved me back to like into third. And I was like, yeah, totally. Like that's how it should go. Like that's exactly how it should go. But I think Tyler, just based off of like where he put me, I think he likes my structure. I think he likes my front shot. And if I bring my glutes up where they need to be, I think like that just gives me, I feel very excited about what I'll be able to do next time around. So no, I'm not frustrated that I was one spot away. I'm absolutely not going to continue to compete because like I just said, my glutes are not pro worthy yet. And I just want to get right to work getting them there. So that was like, I think the fairest outcome, and it just made me so excited. Like I was not bummed at all. I was like, I was acting like inside, like I had won, because it just showed me like, girl, you're right there. Like, you know what you need to do. You're right there. All the other pieces of the puzzle are there. You just got to bring up that body part. And I was like, get me into off season. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Like, I'm ready to just hammer it. So Cameron and I both agree it'll probably be two more years of growing. Like, oh, you can just grow and then do nationals. I was like, guys, I love how people think you can just take a 3-month off season and grow a whole set of glutes. Like, abso-fucking-lutely not.
Nope.
Because he also knows like my personal boundary line with anabolics, also like what I'm willing to do, what I'm not willing to do. And he was like, I think 2 years we can make it like undeniable. Because I think if I just did it 1 year, if I competed next year, I would start prep in like February. So that's basically like a 6 month off season. That's not nearly enough time to grow like as much as they need to. Um, so I'm honestly like people that know me know I need like 2 years to recover from a prep mentally. Like it ain't easy. Not for anybody, but I can't just like hop into another prep in a few months. Like I gotta mentally recover from that. So yeah, I'm like over the moon happy about how that went. I loved my suit. I loved my posing for the first time ever. Like a lot of times I've watched my posing back. I'm just like, ugh, like there's just so many things I don't like about it. And like I still see things that need to improve, of course, but I felt like that looked polished. I was very proud of it. I don't feel like I made huge mistakes compared to what I practiced. And I felt really confident with what I was bringing, with the muscle I had. So
Mhm.
it's all you can ask for. So yeah, so there's that. And then as far as the reverse goes, this is I have last time I reversed without a coach, so I just kind of did my own thing, whereas this time I of course have one. Have I been perfect? No. So basically what I've been doing, because Cameron gave me my calories for like that first, week and a half, because like he sent me that plan Sunday night of last week. And
Oh,
then
that's awesome that he was right on top of that.
yeah, oh yeah, he was on it.
Mhm.
And the calories were still like on the lower side. I was like, ooh. So Monday and Tuesday, I followed it 100% and felt like total garbage. Like
Mm.
I was not okay. Like I don't know what happened. I think part of it's like the letdown after the show. And it's just like, that you're finished with that. But I was like almost having a panic attack. I felt so awful. Like I
Oof.
felt so amazing after all
Yeah.
the food from the weekend. And then by Monday night, I was, yeah, not great. Like I didn't even want to talk. I just I felt like I was back like in peak week again. And it wasn't like I was really hungry, but I just had no energy. I couldn't even hold conversations. Like I had to get off a meeting early at work. I was like, I can't fucking do this. Like I'm just, so I'll check in with Cameron tomorrow. So basically what I've been doing is just eating a little bit more of what's already on my plan. I've not gone off and eaten a bunch of shit at all. I've basically just been eating a little bit more fruit, protein, and vegetables is what I've been doing. I think one day I had like a couple rice cakes or something. So it's nothing like insane. It's basically, I probably had another 300 calories a day, but that honestly has made a huge difference. Like I was like talking and I couldn't even remember what I was talking about like 4 times in a 5-minute conversation to like, okay, I think I can function now. And I think part of it was my fats were still really low. And so,
Mm.
and
Mhm.
Cameron's really cool. Like, I'll just tell him like, dude, like this is what I did. If he gets irritated at me, like I get it. But at the same time, like I need to be able to function at work. And I was holding it together through prep and my job was giving me grace because of prep, but it's been 6 months and yeah, I just can't do it anymore.
Yep. You got to be able to like have that balance too and just need to get your energy back. So like obviously the repercussion then is like you're going to gain weight faster, but like at the same time like that. So it just is what it is.
Oh yeah, I don't give a flying fuck if I gain weight faster. I could give a shit. Like I just want honestly, like I want to gain weight because I don't like how I'm looking. Like I feel better now. Sorry, I'm just turning my air up because it's freaking hot. Um, but like that was by far the leanest I've ever been. And on stage, sure, it's awesome. Day to day, it's for me. I do not feel cute like that. Like I felt honestly, I
Hmm.
felt kind of
Hmm.
like I had some like loose skin on my glutes. My face was super sunken. I
I was
just
going to say, even your face, I can tell already is like filled out a little bit more already.
yeah, it's a lot better. And that's why I was like, I want to gain weight. Like I don't want to look like this anymore. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Like it hurts to sit. It hurt it was hurting like the ball of my feet and the heel of my foot to walk and stand.
Oh.
Like
Well, also on the airplane too, for that many hours where you're sitting there, it's so uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, it's miserable. So I was just like, this whole thing is miserable. Like, so, hey, sorry. Um, so yeah, it was just kind of one of those things where just finding a good little balance. I think I did. So I think when I talk to Cameron, I check in tomorrow. I think he'll be okay with it. I don't think he's gonna freak out. I mean, I'll just tell him like, hey, this is what's going on, what I've been doing. I just didn't, I don't know. I don't want to message him before because he has other people competing. I just don't want to bother him. And I know I'm not like binging or doing anything stupid. It's just like, by the way, people that are clients with coaches, like, you know, if you're having a really hard time, message your coach, always message your coach. And I had talked to Cameron about this beforehand also. Like he kind of knows how I come out of a shell. And that's also why like I was like, I'll just talk to him about it tomorrow. Because he was just like, monitor how you're feeling, like keep me in the loop with what's going on. And I know I'm not just like getting burgers and fries. Like I'm literally eating another 200-300 calories in fruits, vegetables, and chicken. It's not like
You're not like going rogue.
no, 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 no.
Right.
I'm just like,
Hmm.
I figured out over a course of like 3 days, like, okay, if I eat this much, I can like handle life versus like just being, and when you're that lean, like you're so sensitive, like a couple hundred calories could be a world of a difference.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
especially bringing your fats up, because I can already tell, like, on how you're communicating, it's such a world of a difference between what we had at Universe, because it was so hard, especially that final night where you're just trying to get that last little bit off. But then now it's like, okay, let's bring up your fats a little bit. And it's simply for we have to do our job at work. So I really find that adding more fats and like you did with fruits and veggies, it just gets our brain going back again.
oh, 100,000%. Like
Mhm.
it made a world of a difference. And that's where I think he'll be fine with it. Like when I checked in last week, my weight, so my stage weight, my lowest weight of prep was 128. I was on stage at like 129-ish, something like that at Universe. And then at the first show, I was like 131, 132 at that show. And right now I'm like 136. So it's not like I'm like, and when I checked in last week after all the food, I was like 137.8. So I'm still down a little bit from what I was last week. And my body's kind of like simmering here at the food I'm eating right now. So it's not like I'm like, well, I went up to 145 and you know what I mean? So I think it'll be totally good. I just like I said, he and I had talked about it a little bit before. And and I'm in a position where I coach people, I've coached myself before. I kind of know where I need to be without gaining excessive body fat too fast, and is not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it's going well. I feel like today and yesterday, I feel a lot better and that I'm not as starving. Like my appetite's kind of normalized a bit. I feel like relatively satiated after meals. So that's starting to kind of calm down just as my body fat comes up a little bit. Thank God. So that's
I'm
nice.
sure Dan appreciates that also.
Oh my God, you guys, poor
Yeah.
Dan. Like that was the other thing too, is like people don't talk about this enough. It's really hard on the spouse or partner
Hmm.
not married. It's because here's the thing, like when you're in your last few weeks, intimacy is like not happening. First, a lot of us, like, and it's not, it's just, I'm just trying to, you just feel like you're trying to like make it hour to hour. And there are some people who it's less hard on them to be lean, and this may not be an issue, but I just felt like a shell of myself for the last like probably definitely between shows and maybe the last couple of weeks going into the first show is when it really started to hit me like how rough I was feeling. And Dan has just been like incredibly supportive and amazing, but he looked at me, he's like, I miss my wife. Like, he's like, I'm just a little sad about it. Like, not, and he doesn't mean that like, I want you, like, you need to be normal again. I could just tell something was bothering him. And he was like, I just miss you. He's like, and he's competed. He knows how this goes. And he's like, and I'm not telling, he's like, cause I asked, he didn't bring it up. I could just tell. He's like, I just don't want to see you. Like, I just want to see you feel good. He's like, I know this is part of prep and now that your shows are done, like you're, everything has to level out a little bit. But he was like, I just miss you. And I was like, I miss me too. Fuck. Like it's hard living with someone that is quiet all the time, can't really engage a lot. And because I'm not like mean or snappy, I just get really quiet because I just have nothing to say.
Energy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's just no
Right,
energy.
right.
It gets hard. It's really hard for them. And I'm very done with that. I'm very done with that dynamic. So, yeah, I feel way better. I'm like laughing at things again. I'm like trees look green again. It's funny, like things smell good again. Whereas before it was just like, I felt like I was living in a black and white world. Yeah. So it's a lot better now. So
Oh, I'm so glad, especially since has it been like, it's been a little over a week and a half since Universe.
yep.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
have to say one thing that I really admire about you from when we first started doing shows, like, because I've been at every single one of your national shows, and like, so I've seen the progression and just how you compose yourself at the shows, for one, like, no matter what your placing is, like, you're always very objective about yourself and not like you always say, like, I have small glutes, but like, it's not in like a detriment, like a self-deprecating way. It's
Yeah.
just like I know what I have. This is what it is. And like even at junior nationals in 2021, you were like, yeah, we're just gonna see the first time experience. Like this is great, and whatnot. And then USA's, it was like you wanted to do better and stuff. And like that one hit a little harder. And then this one to see you come in third and just like the best you've ever been, like so happy getting off stage, just really happy with your overall look and progress is like really cool to see, and something that like I also want to emulate too, because like I've been there too where it's like frustrating. Like last year, or not last year, 2023, my pro debut was like very humbling for myself, but I just wanted to say, like, I really do admire that about Amanda, and just like how she composes herself at shows and just handles herself as an athlete. Like a lot of people should do that, because a lot of people would be like, you got robbed, like the judges suck, blah blah blah, like all these excuses, and she's just like, yeah, like that was perfectly fair. So it just goes to show, like, the judging is fair most of the time. People just get butthurt and need to not do that.
I appreciate that. Thank you, dude. I think it comes from like, I've only ever competed in subjective sports. So I'm used to having a judging panel, and sometimes you agree, sometimes whatever the case, sometimes you don't. It doesn't really matter. Like I've always just felt like when you sign up for a subjective sport, some days it's in your favor and some days it isn't. And some days you're very clear on why you landed where you did, and some days you're not. And that's just part of it. Like it's what we sign up for. So it's like, I think the NPC and the IFBB do a phenomenal job of being as fair as they can. And people forget that it's still a subjective sport run by human beings. Sometimes people make calls that are different than what a call you would make. We're not all fully, abreast of the ins and out of all the judging criteria. Like we know what the judging criteria is, but I've never listened to what they're saying at the table. Like only judges know that. And they're seeing us from a different angle than we see ourselves. And there's just so much that goes into subjective judging. And we're judging aesthetics, you know what I mean? And some days your look is on and some days it's not. And there's really, you can't change that outcome. So getting like bitter about it or getting butt sore about it, it does it's like that view is so not effective at all. Like what's that going to get you? It's just going to make you resentful and make you a victim. And I just don't subscribe to that kind of view. Like I just think it's bullshit. Then it's like if you can't handle that happening sometimes, and maybe maybe judges do make a mistake. I'm sure they make mistakes sometimes. They're human beings. And they have checks and balances for it, but they're still human beings. I'm sure they make mistakes. It's part of it. That's our sport. It's how it goes. And I think they do a really, really fantastic job overall of trying to be as objective and fair as they can. And I completely trust them. You know what I mean? Even if I maybe was like, if I know someone competing or I'm watching a pro show and I'm like, oh, I probably would have had it this way or that way. Like at the end of the day, I'm not a judge. and they are, and I'm signing up to be scored by them. And if people want to bitch and moan about it and claim politics, then don't compete. Then not like, fuck you, it's just don't compete. If it bothers you that much and you can't handle it,
Yeah.
do it. You know what I mean? Because you can't change it. Like, what are you going to do? Go threaten the judges? Go be like, you should have had me first. You know what? You're right. Let's go change the judging cards. Like, that's
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous. It's like either accept that for the most part, it's an incredible process. And maybe there might be a few outliers where some things are a little like maybe the head, like Olympia judges would have judged it differently than what the local judges did. But at the end of the day, Tyler and Sandy basically run these federations and the criteria. What they say goes. And I'm going to go off of what they say. So people that claim politics are just sore losers. Get better. Like I always say, get better, not bitter.
Wasn't it like the overall winner in figure at Universe? It was Universe had like less than like 1,000 followers or something, and it's like, yeah, politics, like that makes a lot of sense, you know, like it's just that kind of stuff, and it's like no one on social media cares about the politics or how many followers you have, like, and like you could even come in at your best, say, and someone still beats you, or it could just be the look of the day. Like it's just apples to oranges sometimes, and sometimes they pick the orange, sometimes they pick the apple. It all depends. Cause like that, I mean, that kind of happened to us this weekend. We had for our classic physique guy, he came in second in his open class, and it was just between him and the first place, it was just two totally different shapes. Like he was probably more conditioned, but the other guy had better size and shape on him, and they went with that. And like that was just the look for the day, you know? And we came in better than we did the first show, which was phenomenal, but it just is what it is. It kind of sucks, but like I'm not gonna like demean the coach or the judges. Like Becky Clausen is one of the head judges there at that show, so I'm like, she knows what the fuck she's talking about. So I just want to get feedback and be like, what's your feedback? Kind of already know, but like just kind of what they saw, you know, on that day based on like the two different looks is really it. But yeah, it just don't be a sore loser. Like if you're gonna compete in a subjective sport, know what you're getting into.
And
Yep.
you have to remember both the judges and then also the coaches are all trying to mold you into the right category. So they're trying to meet that standard based on your particular division. So oftentimes, they'll say, oh, the judges are picking harder, more muscular bikini girls now. And it's like, no, they're truly not. It's about who shows up that day and who's the majority on stage. So if most of the girls are going to be shredded and diced, that's where they have to choose from. But if there's two girls out of, say, five that are rounder, fuller, muscular looks, well, they're probably not going to do very well. So, really, with the judging panel, it's not only meeting the criteria and looking for the best of that day, but it's also about who is the majority on that stage. Because every one of one Amanda's classes that we saw, we thought Kayla and I were watching the Masters and were completely blown away by the physiques that were showing up there in the Masters category. No, they weren't the hardest or shreddiest, but you can see how dense and mature the muscle is compared to those that are in the open division. So with the judges, obviously they're not going to choose the hardest look. They're going to just choose who the best meets that category for that day. And it could be completely different come USA's next weekend, or actually 2 weekends from now, because we have Masters this coming weekend.
You know,
Yeah.
USA's is, oh yeah, in
After,
2 weekends.
after.
2 weekends, yes.
One of the
Yeah,
biggest
yeah.
mistakes people can make too is seeing like the winner of it. Like, let's say the winner of a class one day was a lot more conditioned because she just had the best representation of that division that day. She may have been the most conditioned, but she also may have had the right amount of musculature and shape and structure at the same time. So her combined total package was the best that day. But they'll look at that and be like, oh, I need to be more conditioned because the winner was more conditioned. No, not necessarily. Like every single person's the right conditioning for, I'm not talking about bikini, figure is different, figure is shredded, but
Yeah, you just gotta get fucking sliced.
yeah. I say that, and then some bikini girls are as shredded as figure competitors because it just depends. Like some girls look better and meet the criteria softer because if they get more conditioned, they're out of the criteria at that point. So some girls, like if they are as conditioned, because the conditioning, if you have, let's say you've got two girls at 12% body fat, then it is not going to look the same because everybody holds body fat differently. So some girls, if they're 12%, their legs and hamstrings are way too lean. You know what I mean? Or their shoulders are way too striated, or whatever the case may be. So the judges are like, and maybe they hold body fat in a better way. So the judges are like, I actually like you to be a little bit softer. But then this other girl, like myself, I genetically carry a lot of cellulite. I have to get fucking lean because otherwise I've got cottage cheese on the back of my legs. Can't show up on stage with that. So I have to get a little, I always have to be one of the leaner ones on stage. That's just my body. And I do not disperse body fat evenly whatsoever. And my legs and my glutes, just like a lot of us, hold the most. I have like almost very minimal body fat in my midsection, and my upper body. So I have to just get leaner than most in order for me to fit the criteria. But if another girl got as lean as me, she would probably look more stringy, wouldn't have as much pop, may not have like, may lose her roundness and her bubbliness and lose that perfect bikini separation. So don't take, oh, this class winner looked like this that day, or maybe that class winner was softer, so I should be softer. Absolutely not. Like you can see it at the Olympia, like the varying degrees of conditioning. And that's what makes bikini so difficult and also so fun at the same time, because you get to meet the criteria what's best for your body, which is really cool. But people find like, well, it should be the same across the board, but that's just not how physiques work.
And that's why they don't take body weight, body fat measurements, none of that when you go register. They don't give a fuck about any of that, how much you weigh on stage, because I'm one of the smallest in figure. I'm always the fucking smallest on stage. Let me rephrase that. Always less than 110 pounds, whereas like, for example, this weekend, Sydney, who just won her pro card, one of Carolyn and Amanda's teammates, on stage is 155 pounds. She's like, but she's way taller. So it's like, how can she, one, cut down all the way to 110? She'd be like a skin and bones, like, so that there should be no criteria, and that's like the cool thing about bodybuilding is that, well, unless you're a dude, you got to weigh in and stuff like that. But that's the cool thing about bodybuilding is, especially in the women's categories, is everyone is so different. And especially in like bikini, you can have different body shapes that work well for the division. So each person can have a different shape too, like when they do look lean, and not necessarily just their conditioning level, but just the shape of their overall structure. And it like can go for one or the other that day. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, honestly, I think bikini is probably is the hardest to judge, to train for, to prep for, because you just never know what that criteria is going to actually be, like 100%. And to train for it is very difficult because you have to grow your glutes enough, but keep enough off of your hamstrings and your quads so those don't overtake everything either. So
can we also just talk about for a second how crazy that is? So you just mentioned Sid, who won her pro card. She's coached by Cameron also, so a teammate of mine. Sweetest human of all time. We're the same height. We are the exact same height. She is figure. She is 156 on stage. I was like 128, 129. And she was conditioned. She was by no means like, oh, is she tighter? No.
She won her class. So yeah.
Yeah. We are almost 30 pounds apart.
Yeah.
Muscle.
Wild.
An idea. Like for those of you that are like, oh, you're not figure, fucking no fucking way. Like absolutely not. So anyone that knows me in person, just so you have an idea, 30 more pounds of muscle. And she was by no means like too small or too big for figure at all.
She was perfect.
She was perfect. So that was crazy because there's not a lot of girls that are 5'9" that are competing.
Yeah.
That have
especially in figure.
Especially in figure that have like bang on conditioning, bang on muscularity. So I asked her, like Kayla was there that night that I was like, since we're the same height, I'm just curious, like, what's your stage weight? She's like, I'm like 156.8. I was like, holy shit.
Oh.
I am so
It was cool.
I
felt cool to see the differences.
The smallest of small fries. I was like, oh my God.
You felt small. I felt fucking small. She has me by like 50 pounds on stage.
I know, but she's a foot taller than you. So that
I know, but
but
But I
we're
had to
the same
compete.
height, dude.
Yeah.
Like we're the same height, and I was like,
Yeah.
man, I'm just trying to like hope to God I'm 133 on stage next time. Like,
Mhm.
Right, right.
I'm trying to just break
so,
110. Like that would be money for me, but we'll see.
I really hope to hit Amanda's stage weight 128 because I was 122
Oh, there you
at the
go.
Clash. I was way too small. So if I could even get 5 pounds on me after 3, 4 years being away from stage, that would be amazing.
Just a little
Just
baby.
5 pounds, yeah. But that's asking for a lot, honestly.
that well for your height, that would be, yeah, that'd be a lot to be honest. Cause like most
Yeah,
girls,
it would be a lot.
that would be, yeah, I don't think that would be, I
Well,
like,
it's funny because the other girl that had won the class, so we still stay in touch because she's over in Italy, and Nada was actually 128 on stage, and we were in the same class. But you could see just how much muscle density that she does have, and I was like, "That's it! Like, that's the goal right there. Just having like strong glutes and then also just having more development in upper body because she was perfectly symmetry from top to bottom. And that's what I want to see in bikini. And for myself, I was just way too small on the top. So it's like if I could just add some more size up top and be 128 on stage, that's the goal right there. But no, I was 122 and that was depressing.
I think, how tall are you again?
I'm 5'6.5" or
Yeah,
5'5.5", sorry.
that's not depressing at all, dude. Like
Yeah, no.
pros are,
122.
Yeah, no.
no, Laura Lee is 129 on stage and she's five
I
eight.
know.
Yoked. Like
Yeah.
she's almost borderline too muscular. 5'5.5", 128 would be too big for bikini if you're conditioned.
Yeah.
Like that would
And
be
that's what I'm curious to see is because at 122, like say I hit 122 again next year, then just the complete difference that it will be
yeah.
compared to what it was in
There will be a
2022.
difference because I've been between like 103 to like 107 on stage. So like there's a good like 4 pounds in there. And like, but my conditioning was way different. And like but when I was the same size at 103, my uh composition was much different compared to before at 103. So like I had made improvements, but like my weight stayed the same on stage, but my second on stage look was way better. So you still
Mm,
can weigh the same, but have a better composition and better makeup, and it would still be a win, you know.
yeah.
So don't take into account like weight. Like we all want to like weigh more on stage, and as bodybuilders, like we're always going to be too small. It's
Yeah.
just inevitable, and
It's
we
just the hard
always are
truth.
so worried about like, oh, am I gonna like gain any size? Am I gonna look any different and stuff? And like it runs through my head every single day. Like I will tell you and be
Yeah.
like, am I just gonna be a little pipsqueak forever? Like,
But you're not a pipsqueak, you're fucking 410 or whatever you are.
Right.
yeah.
Like that's not like that's like proportionate to your height. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like I don't know figure girls weight, but like I'd imagine figure girls weight varies a little bit more just because there's more muscle. But
Right.
Phoebe Hagen and Laura Lee are both 5'8". Both of them are 126 to 130 on stage. So like for someone that's like, you know, it'd be very unlikely because I feel like at that point, if you're quite a bit shorter than that same weight, you're probably going to be too big if you're conditioned, or if you're that weight,
Oh
then
yeah.
probably not conditioned enough.
Yeah. And yeah, I never want to be like too big, obviously, because I don't want to go into women's physique. Like I don't want to go there. But just to see like 110, I don't think I'll ever be over like 115 on stage. I think that would be too
Mm,
much. So
hmm.
I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, just all in all, like take the time to grow. People like just understand you're always going to have flaws. You're always going to want more. You're always going to want to be bigger. But that's part of the sport because we just aren't never satisfied. So that's why it's awesome.
Yep,
Facts.
facts. But yeah, then the weight doesn't really, it's like good to kind of gauge, like we're talking about, like
Yeah.
if you're
Hmm.
looking at your, like, let's say you're 5'6", and there's 10 pros that are 5'6", and they weigh between 120 to 124, and you're 135, you're probably not conditioned enough. or you're too big for bikini. Like
Yep.
there'll be some variability there. Like if you're like 126, like yeah, that's like right there. You know what I mean? But if in general, with correct proper conditioning and musculature, that's you can kind of be like, okay, this is kind of the ballpark of where I'm probably gonna be somewhere in there. But it's not like a rule or anything like that.
No, no. We're just trying to beat our best every year. You know
Yep.
what? I kind of want to get to like 122 to be like, I did it.
Just to show yourself too that
Yeah,
you
right.
can have better body composition at that same
Right.
weight.
Yeah, exactly. Now
Mhm.
that's the goal now.
There you
Get
go.
get shredded.
Shredded.
Shredded. Meanwhile, Amanda's like, see you in 2 years.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm good. I don't know. I don't know. I think because I don't know. I get it. Like the only hard part about gaining weight back is you're like, man, like all the work it took for me to get here, and it took
Yeah.
2 weeks to put it took me 2 weeks to put 12 weeks of work back on, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But at the same time, like I feel more insecure this lean. Like people that know me already have heard this, so I'm not gonna, but I just obviously we all have like, boundary points where we're comfortable, but I by no means want to stay stage lane. Like I feel gross, to be honest. Like
Mhm.
it's not a look I like. I don't like my face to be sunken. Like it's still kind of like it's better, but I still have these like folds right here. I'm like, no, I want my like little cheeks back, and I want to like fill out my jeans and actually have like a little bit of a butt. Like no, no,
Nope.
thank you.
Nope. It's all done for a purpose, and we're only stage lean for that short amount of time.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yep.
just don't think
Yeah.
it's that great. It's like first stage, it's awesome, but outside
Yeah.
of that, I'm like, this is not a body I want to like live in for a long period of
No.
time.
Oh
No.
my God,
Feel.
Amanda, so I know I'm gonna like sidetrack right here, but as you're making your dish right now, do you still have that Costco pack of Chewy bars, granola bars?
Yeah, I'm trying to go through them.
You bought those like last year, and it was just this massive pack that you're still going through.
No, no, no. I had to buy a new one. So like I
Okay, good.
went through it and then ran out of them, but then they became like a staple for my yogurt bowl. And so
Hmm.
I'm still eating the same shit. Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah,
no, I
that's
still
funny.
have the bars are really good. So I'm like, I'll be able to get through them and I'll make Dan eat them too.
Howie says
Exactly.
hi.
Oh,
Oh,
hi,
look at the
Howie.
baby.
Howie. Okay.
He's just a little baby.
Oh, thank you.
How is he? How is he doing?
He's good. He's a good little puppy. He's very smart. Um, he's getting really big now. He's like pretty much the size of Odin. So he's about 55 pounds or so, and he's only 6 months old. So he's gonna be a big boy. And he's a good boy. Yeah.
Oh, just a sweetie pie.
He is so sweet. We took all three of the dogs with us this last weekend to the show too, to the Airbnb, and it actually went very well. I was a little nervous about having three dogs and like all the people in the Airbnb, but it worked out just fine. And they did good. They're really chill. They like to ride and stuff like that, so we never really have to worry about that. But yeah, it was a good weekend overall. I suppose I could talk about that too.
That show was fucking huge, dude.
Dude, it is
Yeah.
such a well-run show. Like, so we did the NPC Twin Cities Open. It's down in well, south of Minneapolis at Mystic Lake Casino. And this show, you guys, I know the promoters and stuff, and they're great people. They own a gym down in the cities. I've helped out with the show before. Now that I have clients, I just bring my clients to the show and I help my clients. But really, really awesome. They had Keon come and do guest posing, and then they had Sharonica do a routine as well. I don't remember her last name, but she's women's physique, I believe. Um, and just really an awesome all around. They give them the athletes awesome swag bags, lots of stuff in them, like how we used to get. Like it's sad to say that we used to get swag bags, but they still do it. Prizes are awesome. It sells out every single year, like finals sell out. So that's cool. This year, Tyler and I both got to be backstage because we got coaches passes. Um, and help out our clients because we had 4 competing. So 2 in wellness, 1 in figure, and 1 in classic physique. And all of them did phenomenal. They all improved from the first show. One of my wellness girls, she came in like 8 pounds lighter than her first show. So we really kicked it into gear after that. We made some tweaks to her peak week plan too, and just her carb up and essentially, and it helped a ton. Um, and then our classic physique guy, well, okay, let me go back to her quick. She got second in her open class, which was huge improvement from her first one, even though it was just them 2. But she got second in a class of like there was 8 total. Her posing needs a little more work. Again, first time competing. I only got to start working with her since like January, so we did not have a ton of time to like get to kind of know what's all going on. So now we're going into off season, gonna get labs done, all that good stuff, work on growing. But she's 21 years old and she's crushed it. Then our other wellness girl, who Amanda also helped with posing, was phenomenal. She got 3rd in that same open class. So my clients got 2nd and 3rd in that class. She just needs more size on her glutes, really. She came in a little bit better too, a couple pounds lighter, a little tighter. But if I had pulled her down any more, she would have gotten, because like you could kind of start to see the outline of her glutes coming in. But if I pulled her down any more, she would have been too lean for the class. So that's where it's like that fine balance of like, do you pull down too much and make them stringy to make them lean, or work with what you have? And like, that's just what it is. So, um, so she's gonna go into off season as well. Our figure girl, she's 20 years old. She stepped on stage for the first time and got 5th in her class. She was just small. She has a really, really good shape and structure. Phenomenal presentation that we worked on for like a year because she was so worried about that. And she's just a really hard worker. And so she stepped on stage for the second time this year, got 5th in her class, out of like 6 girls. So pretty good. But we knew coming into it that she was just going to be smaller. And that's just what it is. She just needs more time to grow. And then our classic physique guy, he got 2nd in his open class, 1st in 35 plus. And like I kind of said earlier, it was just kind of apples to oranges that day where they just picked the other dude. And so I would love to see feedback, but I think Becky's going to be out of the country, she told the athletes. So we might not get that for a couple weeks, which is okay. But we're going to go and do USAs for him, just kind of see where he lands and hopefully get a first call out. We'll see. But I feel like he'll do well. He has we know like his weaknesses. He just has a little bit wider waist because he's a shorter guy. So we just have to work on hiding that. He's not one of these dudes with like super tiny, small waists. Um, so it is what it is, but I think it'll just be a good experience for him and just to see where he's at and where he lies, amongst like national level. So I think it'll be a good thing for him. But really, really proud overall. Like I've had a really good year so far this year with athletes and stuff. So I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
That's
That's awesome.
awesome. That's such a good day overall.
Yeah, I couldn't be happier. Like, obviously, it's awesome when people win their class, but like, everyone technically is nationally qualified, but I'm not gonna be one of those coaches that's like puts like this many national qualifications, blah blah blah, just because there were 2 in a class and you got top 2 kind of thing. You know,
Oh,
I'm
God,
just
yeah.
I hate it when people
Yeah.
do that. Like it's annoying. So yeah,
I feel
always
like
good things to improve on, but
I feel like saying you're national qualified is just kind of meaningless. I don't know. I don't really know why that needs to be like,
yeah,
Well, especially if you're a master's athlete because you just needed to do a show.
yeah.
I'm like,
I mean,
that's cool.
not trying to like shit on something. Like, it's not that you shouldn't be proud of it, but because there's so many like variables with that, like there could have just been 1 or 2 in your class. You know what I mean? It's just
Mm-hmm.
the wrong thing to flex on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that. For me, I just would never put nationally qualified 3rd at universe. Like, I'm just not, I don't know. That just seems weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not my
Yeah,
flavor. But I mean, again, if people want to do it, it's all on them, you know.
Whatever.
totally.
But
Well,
yeah,
that's awesome.
But yeah, I'm trying to think next for show season. So Masters and then USA's
North
and then
Americans.
yep, North American. Oh, just briefly want to touch on as well. So I did watch Texas this last weekend.
Oh yeah.
47 bikini girls.
Holy fuck.
It was the Olympia. For how many are qualified so far? I mean, I think there are over 50 bikini girls qualified as of
Oh my
now.
gosh.
So I don't know how they're going to do that at the Olympia, but obviously, there's been a lot of conversations, going around on other podcasts about, oh, should there be a qualifier for the Olympia, like a qualifier for a qualifier, because there are so many athletes. To be honest, no. If the Olympia really does have such a hard time with time, then just expand it over longer days and just have, if bikini needed its whole day, like its whole prejudging in the morning, then fine, do it, and then you can always have finals be a little faster and just have like your top five come back for finals. And yes, I know it's a lot, but at the same time, you've had a great season, and it's kind of like what we saw at, national shows where you don't do a full routine. You do a sign off and wave, if you're not in that top five. So that could be something for them to consider. I don't know, but there's definitely, the division has grown, which is awesome to see. But now it's like, okay, we have so many competitors. How can we make sure that we can still fit within a time frame? Because my eyes started blurring after about 30. I was like, I don't know what I'm looking at anymore. And it wasn't until we had what was like comparisons, and then you bring out your call outs, which all of the call outs I completely agreed with. Everything was very straight cut all the way to the last call out. So it's just something to consider too, because like each of the divisions are going to grow significantly, particularly with Fit Model now. So I could definitely see it, say in 5 years, you're going to have like 47 Fit Model competitors easily. So
I
we'll
think
have
it'll
to
be
see.
more than that.
Which the rumor is which Amanda, you may have seen as well, Janet, I really hope she comes back and comes up back for Fit Model, because she is like yeah, she had posted the other day of her posing for Fit Model, and a lot of
Oh
people are
yeah,
like,
that was just a like
yeah,
opposing.
yeah, it was just a posing thing, but I'm like, I kind of want her to come back just for Fit
Oh,
Model, but I doubt she would, because she's probably long and retired and done with competing by now, because they're making their sponsorships, they're doing their appearances and other things now. But after seeing that video, I was like, man, that would have been cool to see. But you never know. You never know.
yeah, oh man, not to be contrarian, I would not want to see that. Her, like, that would completely eliminate, like, I just feel like that would be very confusing criteria wise, because she's not, like, her glutes are pretty big.
Yeah. Like she's added size for a bikini, like she had to. But if it
Mhm.
was Janet like 10 years ago, okay, yeah, there's a difference there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
She
wouldn't
would have
mind.
to downsize significantly.
Yeah. And I think that's really hard for women to do, like, unless you just don't train for a year or something. But even still, like, I think,
You become a runner.
like, for someone to have won the Olympia, when did she win it in 2020?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
For someone to be Miss Bikini Olympia and then 5 years later be fit model, like, I don't know. I feel like that would be like she was the standard a few years ago. You know what I mean? And then was in like the top five at pro shows a couple years ago. And then for her to just be like, I feel like that would confuse the shit out of everybody. If it was a bikini pro that like never quite did super well because she was too small,
Yeah. Well, there
she,
was also oh well, it's kind of hard because I want to make the comparison to men, but I can't, where they've gone from 212 to open,
yeah.
and how it's blurred the lines between 212 and open, but it's still not quite the same. It's still apples to oranges kind of situation.
Well, the criteria for 212 and open are the same. It's just they're
It's just
smaller
the
versions.
weight,
Wait.
Yeah.
right?
Like
Yeah.
it's not like classic where the criteria is actually different. Like Q12 and open, the
Right.
criteria, they're all the short.
There's exactly. Yeah. So the difference between like bikini and fit model is just it's still pretty drastic.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm. Oh
Yeah,
well.
it should be. And I think it's like yeah, the conditioning thing too. Like after seeing, I don't know, man, like I really feel like the fit model category is like those girls are still gonna have to train if they're, I just think it'll be a good division for like natural girls that it's going to be very genetically driven, to be honest,
Hmm.
because you can't add more muscle a lot of times to counterbalance any weaknesses once you're kind of where you need to be. But like I know of several girls around here that would do so much better in fit model. You know what I mean? Like I know girls that have been trying to train into bikini for 5 years and they still are not even close. And
Woofda.
the category like
Right.
finally gave them an opportunity to be able to compete and, show their physique off. Which is super exciting because like I watch them, they train their asses off. They're just their genetics won't let them get bigger.
Hmm. I actually have a opposing client who's doing like OCB bikini, and I was like, "Have you ever thought about fit model?" And she's like, "Actually," she's like, "My coach was talking to me about it. She's like, I could actually do it." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I think you could do it, and you could do well." Like, she has a good shape, and like we do, like, because in OCB you can kind of like in your posing routine, it's not judged. You can do fun things with it, and so she was doing like the stallion pose, and I was like, "That actually looks pretty darn good. Like, I think you could do that." Like, so she might try it too at some point. We'll see. But yeah, it's cool to see like more natural athletes get involved too, being more open and welcoming in that aspect with it. But yeah, I think it'll be because they're not doing Fit Model Olympia this year, correct? It'd be next year because they need to do
Yeah,
pro shows.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
because there's
yeah, so
pro
they're
shows,
turning
yeah.
pros now, but then they'll have to do some next year. So um no, that'll be interesting to see how it just evolves and develops and stuff. And I have a girl that's gonna do Fit Model next year, so we'll see. Very curious to see how that goes and just if she has fun with it. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like once the dust kind of settles with that division, people stop being so butt sore about it.
yeah, they will.
It's so weird. I'm like, you guys, who fucking like just it's
They're
here.
not gonna be so butt sore when it brings more money and dollars to their prize money. So
People just feel like if they shit on something else, it makes them feel better about what they're doing. And it's like, it's just such a loser mentality. I'm
mhm.
like, I don't know. It's just, if you don't agree, if you don't like the division, that's fine. Don't prep clients for it. Don't have any part of it and just don't worry about it. Like,
It's
I
not
just
doing
don't,
anything to you.
I just don't see the point. And since it's here, it's established, it's happening. It's not like they're trying to get, Tyler Mannion is sending out a poll to see how everyone feels about it. Like they're
Yeah.
doing it. So it's like just, I don't know, people. I'm so tired of hearing about it, to be honest. Like just people making fun of the girls and shitting on them, and I just think it's gross. Like these
Mhm.
girls, like I said, I know several girls that are friends of mine, or I just know them from my gym that are competing in it, and they train harder than most people and are so dedicated and are more dedicated than most, to be honest. And their bodies just without abusing anabolics, and even some of them, if they have used them, their bodies just don't grow to that
Mhm.
degree. Especially, I know men that don't grow very well at all. And not only like I know men that could never even step on a stage because they can't even garner enough muscle. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like there's just there. So I just don't see like why you need to put them down when they're still dieting, they're still working their asses off, and it's the entry division.
Mhm.
So my point is, everyone just shut the fuck up about it already.
Yeah. Speaking of um people and topics and just things that are talked way too much about, we there was a gentleman at the show this weekend who's been getting a lot of coverage, and we want to talk about this too. So I'm gonna pull this up to show everyone if you haven't seen it yet. And this isn't to like bring more, what do you want to call it? Like, I don't
Negative.
know.
Attention.
Yeah, bring more attention or anything, but like, so this gentleman here competed at the show. I'm not gonna play the sound, but like this was his posing routine, right? So he's been seeing a lot more of this, like the dancing and stuff like that, and like, so I thought it would just be good to talk about because it just it's rubbing people the wrong way, and like some people are like, well, it's fine, let them do what they want to do, but like, I guess what do you guys think?
Carolyn, do you want to go first?
It's disrespectful and I hate it.
I love you, girly, so much. Yeah,
Because like he knows what he's doing. It's with clear intention. That's what makes the difference between a criminal and versus someone who's innocent is the intention.
yeah. Did this guy ever go on and say anything about it? Like what?
I don't think this dude even has a Instagram. Like it just says his name here.
Why is
So
he
like,
screaming?
what's that?
What's with the facial expressions? Like, why is he screaming? I don't.
It was like a rock song. But yeah, I mean, I have a couple different mindsets about it. So like, I'll stop it sharing it
I
now.
was like, can we take it down? It's kind of giving me anxiety.
Like, as bodybuilders, we don't really like it, right? It's like this isn't the intention of a posing routine. It takes away from like this classic division or the bodybuilding division and what it's meant to be as far as like an art. I feel like there should be a difference between like amateurs versus pros. Like seeing pros doing it really made me upset just because it's like you're a professional athlete and you're treating this like it's funny or like it's a show or like you're an entertainer kind of thing, and like that's not how we put this on. This guy I think is a little bit different in that he's an amateur, lost a bunch of weight, he paid money to do the show, probably doesn't have a coach, who probably doesn't know what the hell he's doing. It's like, let the man be. Like, he's fine. He paid to be there. Like, let him do it. At the same time, they're not going to reward that kind of thing. And like, he clearly wasn't going to place very high either. So it's like, there's two trains of thought there, you know? So I don't know. I don't know how to address it, I guess, but like I feel like there should be not different standards because the standards should all be the same, but like expectations maybe from especially from pro athletes. I think when pro athletes do it, it's way more disrespectful because you're a pro and now you're like just shitting on all of us basically.
At the
Yeah,
amateur level, I can be more sympathetic to someone like that because, you know, we all have an equal right to be there and everyone has a different background. You all paid money, you put in the work, you signed up, no one can fault somebody for that. But and then there's the counter argument too, is that we do have so much information nowadays. It was more common back in the early 2000s that people would, see a bodybuilding show, see one once maybe, and then sign up with a local coach. And because that's all we had, we only had magazines and forums. And that's how I found bodybuilding. I thought it was only figure when I started. So that was one of the, considerations. Now that we have, more access to information, that's where I have a little bit less sympathy, where, he knew what he's doing. But for the pro level, no, no, you're done, fired off the
yeah.
stage.
I just, oh God, it would be interesting to have like asked him, like, what was your intention with this? Like, what were you like trying to do?
Mm,
Like that would be interesting to me to ask.
Hmm.
yeah.
It's, I just feel more so confused by it because
Yes.
that would, I mean, I don't know, that just would be like me entering in something like, I don't know, like I get that, like, yes, bodybuilding shows are available there's no like check that you do at the check-in where they like, you have to meet a certain criteria of conditioning or strength or muscularity to enter in this division. Like anyone can do.
Hmm.
And I get that that's technically the rule, which is whatever. So I'm not saying like someone carry this man out and pitch him out the street. Like I'm not saying that.
Right, right.
I just am confused. Like why? You know what I mean? It's like I don't. I don't know that I feel like offended by it. I just find it very uncomfortable to watch.
It's
Like,
like secondhand embarrassment.
yeah, like
Right.
I,
Mhm.
I just wonder, like, maybe, and I do not mean this in a mean way at all. Like, is he a little bit mentally
Mm-mm.
ill? Like, maybe he's has a mental disability that we don't know about, and maybe he lost a lot of weight and his family wanted him to do that, and he's doing this crazy dance while screaming lyrics because he's a little bit mentally ill. Like, I don't know, I'm not making that assumption, but to me that's what, like, when I saw that I was like, oh, like, even if someone did do a transformation situation where they lost 150 pounds or 100 pounds, that's great. That's just not what bodybuilding shows are for.
Correct.
um so,
Unless you're doing a transformation class, which we
oh
do
yeah,
have.
exactly. Like if
Yeah.
there's a transformation class, like summer shredding
Mhm.
or whatever,
Yep.
like yeah,
Yep.
by
Right,
all,
right.
literally the forum for that.
Mhm.
Like somebody losing a lot of weight doesn't mean you're supposed to do a bodybuilding like you can. I just get confused by it because the intention of a bodybuilding competition is to be judged against other athletes based off of the criteria of your division for musculature, conditioning, and presentation and symmetry, right? So it has nothing to do with weight loss. So I just get very confused. Like you could like take that money that you spent on the tan, the show, the suit, everything, and get an incredible photographer and do a photo shoot.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because it's a
Mhm.
muscle contest. Like it's literally a muscle contest. And depending on your division, there's like varying degrees of muscle that are demanded by that criteria. It's also presentation, all these other things I've already listed. It's not a weight loss contest. So it's just, I get very confused. It'd be like someone showing up to like a marathon riding a dirt bike. You're just like, oh, you're at the wrong thing. Like you're at the wrong. So I don't feel like fuck this guy. Like, I don't like it. Like, to be honest, like watching that made me very uncomfortable. Like, if I was there in person, I'd probably have to leave. Like, stuff like that makes me really uncomfortable. And it's
Mm.
it's like no knock on him. There's posing routines I've seen people do that like make me want to leave the room because I feel uncomfortable. Like, it's just,
Yep.
and that's on me. I'm not saying like everyone get here. I just can't, I have a heart, I don't know. There's something about it that's like it feels very like angry and weird. I don't know, like the way he did it, it just feels very odd. Like it doesn't feel like he's coming out there and like smiling and like showing off his physique and like picked a song and is doing some poses. Like he looked like he was unhinged, like on like off the
Mhm.
rails. You know what I mean? It just seemed very weird.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, he doesn't seem well. It didn't seem like someone that was well. I don't know if that's like mean. It's just how it occurred.
No.
It's how it occurred to me
No.
a little bit. Like this isn't
Hmm.
somebody that's making balanced choices. So yeah, I'm in a place of confusion mainly. Like because I don't know his intention. I don't know like what he was thinking going into it. I don't know anything about this person and wish him all the best. If it sounds like he lost a lot of weight, which is great. Um, this just like that's just like I said, it's like showing up to a marathon, people running, and you're like, I'm gonna take my dirt bike in this thing. And they're like, no, this is a marathon on foot. And you're like, no, fuck you guys, I'm gonna do a dirt bike. And you're like, oh,
Yep.
like it's just
Okay.
confusing.
Yeah. And like to be fair, like there are people that do lose a lot of weight and can compete in a bodybuilding show because they can be competitive and they took the time to
Oh,
build the muscle
totally.
that they need. Like it's
Yeah.
not like, yeah, there's not like a like you lose a bunch of weight, don't do a bodybuilding show. It's
No, 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 no,
can you
no.
fit the
Yeah.
standard is what Amanda's trying to say.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I should have clarified. A lot of us lose a lot of weight for a prep. I mean, like, there's people that lose a lot of weight and also have a killer foundation of muscle,
Yes.
and they have a code
Mhm.
and they're practicing their posing. Like, they're putting all the intention in it. I'm
Hmm.
talking about somebody that's they only lost a bunch of weight, have zero muscle, and they're still like way nowhere near like not you couldn't even call that man lean. Like you
Yeah.
couldn't even call that man lean or like that's what I mean. Like someone that has zero muscle and zero conditioning, basically. And that's what I'm talking about. Like obviously, like if yeah, like I know girls that have lost 85 pounds and had fun, like they were peaked, they were conditioned, their posing was beautiful. Yeah, it has nothing to do with that. I'm talking about obviously somebody that they dieted and lost a bunch of weight, but they're still nowhere near conditioning for a bodybuilding competition, and they have
Yep.
no muscle. That
Yep.
man had no muscle, and this bodybuilding is about building a body,
Yes.
about losing weight.
Yes.
So that's where I'm like, what's happening right now? Like what? Like why is he there? Like there's just there are outlets and venues for that. That's just not where you do it. So it's like he can, and he did, and I'm not angry. I'm just confused.
Yeah, it's like everyone has a right to be there if they like pay to do the show and whatnot, no matter what they look like. Someone could walk in off the street, pay to do the show, and go do it. They have that right to do it. So it's like, is there, I mean, to play devil's advocate, is there like, should there be a standard to like when you do check-ins, like they have to kind of like meet a certain criteria before you can step on stage? Should there be that? And like, then how do you regulate it? So it's kind of hard to do that and then like to let people do what they want to do, because then you could also say like with the dancing portion, like Urs did the robot in his classic physique routine at the Olympia, and like the robot's not part of classic physique at all, but like everyone loved it. It was done very tastefully, it was well executed, things like that. So it's like, how do you manage that between those two? Because like if we had said like, well, you can't do like dance moves in your routines, then like Earth couldn't do it either. So it's like, to play devil's advocate, how do we, can we even manage that sort of thing?
I
I
would
don't.
say the judges have to bring him aside to save the embarrassment. Because if he truly was innocent and didn't know, he signed up for the class and did his routine, I would definitely would like to see some professionalism that can be spared from, the judges to be able to go up to him and have a frank conversation of like, you just can't allow that. And it's kind of hard too because it's like, well, it already happened, it's like, what do you do? How do you prevent future incidences like that to happen? But truly, it comes down to, you just can't. You can't control who shows up that day, like we always talk
Hmm.
about. So people are gonna
Yeah.
make these mistakes, especially at local shows. Like I've seen some ridiculous stuff, but and everyone has a camera on their phone these days, so you're gonna see more of it. And so it's gonna seem like it happens more often than it does. But at the same time, it's a responsibility of the MC, the organizer, the judges to be able to call it out and have those conversations because then you can do it in a private format versus trying to call somebody out because once the videos are out, the poor guy probably has a ton of backlash as it is. So we'll have to
Yeah.
see. Yeah, I don't know.
That there's like a way to manage it. I don't think it's a big enough problem. I don't think it has
Yeah.
anything to do with like limiting dance moves. Cause I think like, for example, for the pro league, they would just lose. You know what I mean? Like if they did
Right.
something with it, like they would just lose. And then as a pro, like you're not going to fucking do it again. You know what I mean? And like, for example, the way
That makes
Oars,
sense.
yeah, the way Oars did it, like even in open guys over the years have done like Ronnie doing the splits. There's been guys that have done back handsprings and backflips on stage. Like,
Kai.
yeah, oh my God, like there's
Kai did
nothing.
the freaking worm.
Exactly. Like I think when they're putting on a show and they have a little bit of like a fun feature to their routine, they're doing like the judges know they're doing that for the audience. They're doing that to draw attention to the sport, to entertain the audience, especially at something like the Olympia or the Arnold, where you have this ginormous online audience and in-person audience, and you're just trying to entertain them and make it fun. And
Hmm.
I think that's fantastic. And not only that, these guys are still doing it in a way that's showing off their impressiveness of their physiques. Like they're not
Yes.
doing ridiculous stuff. Like they're actually showing off their physique and having a little bit of fun too. And I think, like you said, Ors did it so tastefully. So like it was so him. And it was putting a little bit of himself, his personality into that routine, which I mean, he does, but even more so. I thought it was incredible. I loved it.
Hmm.
But I, like, you know, this guy, obviously, and this does happen at local shows where someone's just like totally out of shape. I don't think it's anything that the NPC needs to address at all. I don't think it's going to happen often enough that it's a thing. Gilco could have never posted the video and basically no one would really ever know about it. You know what I mean? Um,
Yep.
so I just think it's like not anything they need to change anything over. I mean, I'm sure that guy got last place, I would imagine, in his classes. So it's like, Yeah, no, like, do we love it? No. Is it like a threat to anything? Absolutely not. It's just kind of like, oh, that's happening.
Right.
Bathroom break, and then we'll be back. Great.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And I agree with that. Like it's not like a widespread problem by any means. It doesn't, as athletes ourselves, yeah, it kind of feels a little like, that's kind of like a slap in the face to like all the hard work we put in. But at the same time, like he paid to be there. He's an amateur. He's never gonna go pro. Like doing it for fun, like, and that's also what separates amateurs from pros too. Like to see a pro do it, they're actually judged on that portion. Like, well, classic and open are, but men's physique is not. But even still, like Sean T doing it, like I don't even know how he placed in that show, but probably not that great, just because they're like, oh, this is not tasteful. Well, even in like figure routines, like we saw as an Nicole Graham at was it Pittsburgh, where she did all the like the hand things, and it was really weird. And like even just for a figure routine, we were like, what kind of happened with that? And she's an Olympian. And guess what? The next week at New York, she changed her routine. So I bet you the judges talked to her.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this? Like, wait,
Or like
like,
casting
what the
spells and stuff. And like she's great. She's a great competitor. But yeah, just it was like just a little too much.
she was like, when Guardian Livio saying all of us. I was like, what? That's what I try to tell my girls, like when we're posing. I'm like, you guys don't understand. Like because when you're a beginner, even your first couple years, you're not seeing the posing through the eye of an experienced professional or experienced coach or experienced judge. You're seeing it through your limited view. So you think it looks good. It does not.
Yes.
It does not look good. It is
Mhm.
distracting and it is weird and makes people like cringe. It's like, oh God, don't. And even Zenobia, when like she wasn't like stiff, like she was like making it like a dance or whatever. But it was just like, what are we doing? Like, this is not, it was just,
Yep.
it was very distracting. Like, I wasn't focused on looking at how incredible her physique is, because it is. I was just
Yep.
watching her hands flapping around and I was just like wanting it to stop. I was just like, I
Hmm.
think there's something wrong with me. Cause like there's some times when I watch things and I get so uncomfortable, it makes me want to like, I have to like, I can't even watch. Like when she was doing, I had to stop watching because it was making me cringe so bad. I was just like, oh, and she wasn't doing anything like sexual or anything. It was just, I could just feel like, girl, your physique is so good. And this is just not it. It's not
It's the
it.
second, I think you have like secondhand embarrassment syndrome.
It's so bad. So bad,
You
dude.
take it on for everyone else.
Yeah, like
And
it.
like kudos to her for trying something different. And that I'm sure that's what she was doing, was just like, well, like Sydney has her signature like way she poses, and for the longest time I wasn't a huge fan of that either. It's grown on me. It's a Sydney staple, like, but really only she could do it, not really very many other people. So I'm sure she was trying to make her own signature movements or something, and like kudos to her for trying that. But like the judges talked to her clearly and she changed it, and her routine at Pittsburgh was so much better, so pretty, and like so much more her, where you could focus on her body and like her physique versus just like the things she was doing. And that's where like the posing can become distracting in a way where it's not complimenting you at all. It's just you get that secondhand embarrassment, like in the bikini and wellness sometimes, where girls are too sexual and feel themselves up way too much, and it's just like,
Oh my God. I cannot do that. I can't, if I see a girl petting themselves, I'm like, do not fucking,
mm-hmm,
I hate it. Oh my
mm-hmm,
God. This is a physique competition. This is not a dance routine. Stop it. Like you're showing every single second of your routine. The judge is like comparing you against the criteria. That's what all they're doing. They're not like, oh, she did a fucked up hand wave, add 2 points.
yep.
That's not what we're doing. You're showing off your physique. You're creating that X factor, that it factor, so that they can't stop watching you. And you don't create that by waving your hands and your arms around. Like it's just it's be showing off your shape, your musculature, your symmetry, all those things is what you're doing. You can have personality and confidence in your routine without doing all that bullshit. Like you really can. Like, and there are ways to add like fun little personality things, but it's still based around your physique. That's why when I watch, like, she didn't even hit mandatory poses in her routine. She never hit a pose. It was just like flopping her wrists and whatever. I'm like, is she gonna hit a pose? Like, what are we doing?
Or doing poses from other divisions other than your own. Those poses should stay in those divisions. Like that's it. Like there's a reason
Yeah,
why those poses are for that division. So it's like, yeah,
exactly.
if you want to do a dance routine and all that, do fitness.
Literally, exactly. Yes, that's a good
And
point.
even in fitness, sometimes some things are a little too sexualized. Like I have to say, like I've seen a couple where I'm like, ooh, like that was a little too sexual. Like they stick their butts in the air and like stick it out, like whatever, like it's cute, it's fun. But like sometimes it is just a little too sexual, and I'm just kind of like, eh. But otherwise, like, yeah, if you want to do that, go to fitness. Like it's that
Yeah,
simple.
no, literally 1000%. Like yep, you couldn't have said it better. And not trying to like shit on, like, Zenobia has got an incredible physique. I think that's
Oh,
why
100%, yes.
and that's why it pissed me off, because like I am such a fan of her physique, and I was like, why? No.
And she's so sweet in person too. Like she
Yes.
came up to me in San Antonio at the gym and she was like, "Hey, you look great." And then I was like, "Oh, thanks." And like she walked away and had Zenobia on her belt and I was like, "Oh my God, that was Nicole Graham." I was like, "She just complimented me. Oh my God." Like
Yeah.
fangirl moment.
Yeah.
Super, super nice girl. And so yeah, I agree with you there. Just wish that she showed off her physique a little bit better in that way, but I commend her for trying something new. It just didn't work
Yeah.
out.
No, I know. I should reel
I
it
know.
in. I think I just have that, like, I need to calm down. I'm an adult. But like I have these strong, like, I just, because like you see, how much work these women and men put into this. And then to go on stage and do that, you're like, no, like, why? Like, no, because like I'm such a fan of her physique too. And I'd never noticed her doing that in her posing. And then I was just like, I'm so glad she fixed it. Like, she came back to New York and it was
Hmm.
totally different and beautiful. And I was like,
Yep.
okay, here we're back. I was just kind of like, oh
Yep.
no.
Yep. I agree. I agree. Even like Lola Montez does a couple things that are a little odd to me in her posing routines, but they work for her. Like I would never do them, but it works for her. So
Yeah.
like and that's just where the personality is different and where like you need to find something that works for your personality. And that's like all you can do really.
Oh, totally. Because even
Right.
Lola, like when I'm watching her routine, I'm so focused on her physique and her shape and her structure, because she's hitting mandatory poses in the routine and like may having fun with the transitions, but the routine is still centered around showcasing her physique, not moves. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's
Yep.
where like
Right.
what
Right.
Sid works for Sid, because she's still showcasing her physique with her own twist on it and not showcasing posing moves.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
I need to take a
All
chill.
right.
I'm like,
X on that topic. We've covered it.
I don't know
Well,
why
we've
I need
been
to call.
going for an hour and a half.
Oh, it's been an hour and a half.
Damn,
Holy shit. All right. Well, I guess we can be done.
we can.
Amanda needs a chill pill.
I will, yeah. For those that know me, I just, yeah, but or that don't know me, I'm just how I am.
This is what you get.
I feel strongly. I'm always evolving, and sometimes like
Always evolving.
I feel like I'll think
Hashtag.
back. I'll think back on like podcasts I did. I'm like, why didn't I shut the fuck up like 20 minutes sooner? And then I'm like, that's just how I am sometimes. Like
Dude,
working.
I've done the same thing though. Like, listen back and I'm like, that kind of sounded like an asshole thing to say. And then I was like, no, I shouldn't have just said it. Like,
What are you gonna
No,
do?
it's our opinions. Like, it's an opinion thing. It's not like it's fact or anything. It's just, it is what it is. But,
Oh yeah, I'm
and
sure I said,
opinions can
just say it.
change.
what, Carolyn?
Oh no, just say it.
That's why we love you.
Say what's in your heart.
We all kind of just say it. That's the thing. It's like, it's an opinion.
Mhm.
Doesn't
Yeah.
mean like it's right or wrong or anything. This is just how we feel about things. And I would hope people disagree. If everyone had the same opinion, that'd be really fucking weird.
Yeah, and
Yes.
like this is like too like if anyone ever comments on our videos, like there's always like an open discussion. Like as long as everyone's respectful and stuff, like we can have an open discussion about topics that we talk about here. And like, all three of us too, we never agree on everything all the time. Like we've had plenty of times where we don't agree with each other. We just have a respectful talk about it and we're just like, okay, we're just gonna agree to disagree, and that's okay.
Yeah, and that's how it should be. Like if we were all just in a talking to each other in a vacuum, like that'd be kind of
Hmm.
like we agree on our values and our morals and our ethics, obviously.
Yes.
There's things that like on topics that we diverge from each other on, and that is because we're all unique. All three of us are unique people, and I have 1,000% respect for both of them and how they have their opinions and how they feel. And I want to be friends with people that disagree with me on things. Like I like
Yeah.
hearing other perspectives, and I'm like, ooh, even if in the moment I'm like, no, I don't know about that. And then I think about it, I'm like, you know what, she had a fucking point. I think I'm gonna
Mhm.
adjust my opinion on that. Like I think I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
I've changed my opinion plenty of times on things just because like one of you guys brings up a good point and I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. And I was like,
yeah.
and like
Hmm.
you never have all of the information either. Like even on this topic of like this gentleman that did his posing routine, we have no idea except for he did 50 plus and he did that routine. That's all. Like we don't
Yeah.
know anything else about it. So it's like we could change our minds, whatever, it may be. But yeah, that's kind of the beauty of having friends that have differing opinions than you and that can challenge you and talk about it in a respectful way, not just like shoot down your opinions and stuff.
Yeah, no, 100%. I couldn't have said that any better. It's what makes relationships exciting and fun and interesting. And I want to be friends with people that think differently than I do. So
Hmm.
thank God for that.
And it makes the world go round.
It sure does. It makes people also feisty, but that also makes the world go round.
Feisty is good.
Feisty is good.
We're all
Respect
feisty.
sometimes.
Respect the feisty.
Respect the feisty. Yes.
We're all feisty in our own ways, and I love that.
Hell yeah. Right? I'll be like, no, I feel like this about it. A day later, I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
It's
Yeah,
funny
it's
because like
usually like
Amanda's the
after.
most like outspoken one about things usually. Carolyn will come in behind and, like do sneak attack, and I'm kind of the like, let's all get along, everybody.
Like when you asked my opinion on his dance routine, I hate
She's
it.
like, it sucked.
It sucked.
I'm like, that's how much of it I'm feeling. And then that's why I had to like really think on it. I'm like, I'm still in the confused stage. Like
Yeah.
I'm still just like in a place of like, why? You know what I mean?
I just want to know like what his thought process was. Like, what did he think going into this?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that would be awesome to know.
was he truly honest? Like that's what he thought a bodybuilding routine was? Or or was he an asshole?
Or did
Was
someone
he
bet him,
like,
dude,
yeah, I was just gonna
I
say
bet
that.
you 5 grand you won't go do a body. And he's like, fuck you, I'm gonna do it. He's like, I bet you won't do a ridiculously dramatic routine to this metal song. And he's like, 5 grand, you fucking got it. And then he did it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You just never know. And that's where I'm
You
like,
Hmm.
never know. It could have been a bar bet.
yeah.
It could have been a bar bet, you know?
We'll forever be pondering it unless he just comes out and tells someone, which I doubt it. But
I would love to see him on Guy's podcast.
ooh, that'd be interesting. Or
I
yeah,
haven't listened to what Guy said about it. I listened to what Nick said. I shared it because Nick had a good point about it. But yeah, I mean, personally, I didn't like it, but Nick had the good point in that he paid to be there. He's welcome to do what he wants to do, and just to let
Hmm.
him be. Doesn't affect me at all. But yeah, I don't know. Just, I didn't
yeah,
like it
I
personally,
definitely
but
don't think being like sinister to him is the right thing to do, or being like something
yeah,
nasty to him.
No,
I don't think that's right. Like I said, I'm just more so in like a place of like, yeah, just wonder. Like, but what
like, why did you think that this was a routine?
yeah, like just like where did this like so what was your intention going into this show?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of where like I would never go up to him and be like, fuck you. Like that's like would never
no.
do that. But yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, all right. Well, we will have another podcast back in about 2 weeks, and then this fall we are going to all see each other once again, which is like awesome. This will be like the third time in a year, guys, that we could see each other all at once.
I love
No.
This is
I love
amazing.
I'm
this
so
Kate
excited.
for me.
I'm so
Uh,
pumped.
what?
I
Oh,
said this cadence is working for me.
Oh, yeah. And also October in Denver is my favorite time of year.
Oh my
Oh,
God. I'm
Oh,
so hoping that the mountain leaves are still like beautiful colors because it just depends
yes.
on when the first frost is up there. And
Hmm.
sometimes it's like, but usually early October is like money. So I'm really hopeful that, yeah, the leaves
I'm
don't,
so excited.
because once they die,
Yeah,
it goes kind of fast, but we should definitely take a drive up there and see all the beautiful colors. That'd be awesome.
Yes, please take me
I
to the
can't wait to go
mountains
to
where my heart
Vegas.
belongs.
Red Rocks especially, and that little space cafe afterwards.
Oh, let's go to all the
Is it?
cute coffee shops, all the things. Take
I can
all the
have.
aesthetically pleasing pictures. Oh,
Wait, wait. I haven't had what's that coffee place?
That's not narrowing it down.
No, not Jonas Brothers.
Dutch
Two Bros.
Brothers.
Oh, like,
It's like, it's not the brothers. It's
Coffee.
Jonas Brothers coffee.
I was like, I had no idea they were venturing into the coffee realm, but all right.
You
Uh,
never know.
I've had a Dutch
Yeah.
Brothers every single day since Universe, since I've gotten home from Universe, and I
I love
feel
that for you.
zero shame about it. I've been getting varying combinations of medium cold brews with a light splash of cream with different sugar-free combinations. And today was sugar-free chocolate and sugar-free caramel. And
It's like a Snickers.
oh my God, so well, they also have like a sugar-free chocolate hazelnut. That with caramel would be really good too.
Oh yeah,
What did you
that would be like a
compare it to?
Snickers.
You
Uh,
said it was an on your post the other day, it was a 90s thing.
yeah, it was sugar-free chocolate and Irish cream, and it tastes just like a
Yeah,
coconut mudslide.
that's
Oh
right. That's right. Yeah,
yeah, I want to try that when we get there.
absolutely. We got to
Uh,
try this.
and it's not overly sweet, and it's actual like chocolate sauce. It's just sugar-free.
Which Starbucks used to have.
Yep.
I know. That was a tragedy
Yeah.
when they
Starbucks
discontinued.
sucks.
I know.
They
It's not
got
as
rid
good
of
as it
their
used to be.
sugar-free syrups.
It
Yeah, the
is.
only one is vanilla. It's blech.
Oh, I know. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you guys need to get it together. It's so good because they've got sugar-free white chocolate, chocolate, caramel, Irish cream, chocolate hazelnut, coconut, strawberry, a couple other ones. So they have like quite a few, and I've combined
Damn.
something with them
You have
all.
that in your mind. Yeah.
So I've been
You
going,
I
memorize
know
the
she goes
list.
there a lot. She can rattle those off, no problem.
and they measure the cream out perfectly, so it's always the perfect amount. They measure everything out. It's not like Starbucks where they like sometimes
Just
you
dump
get
it
it, and
in.
it's like white or it's like nothing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yep.
"Ugh, it has to be the right color."
Like I still want to see it to be a little brown. Like I like my coffee to taste like coffee.
I don't want
Yeah.
milk.
I don't want
Yeah.
milk with my
No.
coffee.
No.
No.
I want my coffee.
Yes.
I wonder
Okay.
where the closest location is. I'm gonna start looking at this.
It's so
Carolyn's
good.
gonna go on a tangent. All right.
I'm so
I will
excited.
talk to you guys later. I gotta take
All
my
right.
puppies out
Love
and
All
get
you.
right.
food.
Enjoy. Night.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.